started yesterday evening, and today I'm going to continue with installing this vinyl plank flooring. The most difficult thing is to begin with installing it, especially when you haven't done it before. So first thing, I laid this underlayment, and because it's a concrete floor and it's on the first floor, so because of moisture issues, it's recommended to install it. Because this room is quite odd, there is this narrow hallway over there and here as well. So I decided to start like in the kitchen area, which is the biggest, and I took my starting point like the longest wall, and of course I'm going to install it parallel with the light coming in. I measured the distance between these two walls, and then I determined how wide board will be next to that wall, and I got the figure like 20 millimeters, which is too narrow piece, and you don't want to have this too narrow piece in the end. So I actually, what I did, I cut this first board in half. So I have approximately the same size in the other end. So this is one thing to notice before starting with installation. And in here I'm going backwards. It's sometimes you have to do it. And yeah, I will first install the vinyl plank flooring in the kitchen area, and then I will do this narrow, and yeah, there are some odd corners and the walls are not completely parallel. The first board is full size. The second board is half of the first one. The third one is 75% of the first one, and the fourth one is 25% of the first full-size board. So again, 100%, 50%, 75%, 25%. And I laid these three boards, and then I used like some leftover pieces of this vinyl flooring, and I added this onto the wall, and I pushed all these three boards against the wall. So now it's correctly in place, and I can continue with laying this floor. And you have to remember that you need to leave a gap everywhere around the perimeter of your vinyl plank flooring, so the floor can move. For cutting, I'm using this, it's actually a laminate floor cutter, but you can cut vinyl plank flooring as well. But if you don't have it, you can use a regular saw or cheek saw. It's hooked up with my vacuum cleaner, but I need it anyway because there are quite a lot of these odd cuts I need to make. And yeah, you can use circular saw, but it's a lot of dust, or miter saw as well. Why not, if you have it? So this vinyl plank flooring is quite thick, so I don't think you will be able to cut it with just your Stanley knife. I have seen people done it when it's like not so thick flooring, So yeah, it's better to cut it with this guillotine or jigsaw or handsaw. Because this apartment is on the first floor and there is concrete, I'm using underlayment as well. It is 1 millimeter thick, so it's specially made for vinyl plank flooring. And just one thing to remember is there's always written like which side will be up and which one is down. So I will show you. I'll take this. It's here. So it's written LVT, and hopefully I can see where it is. It's written here, this side down, so it should go like that on the floor. But depending on the product, you should determine which side is up and which side is down. Before laying vinyl plank flooring or other types of flooring, just take a look on the instructions manual if you want to. So it's usually together with the package, and if you don't, then don't. I forgot to mention that I measured the moisture content of the floor as well before laying the vinyl plank flooring. When marking the next board, I rarely use tape measure. So I just take one piece of flooring and I place it like the opposite direction. So here is the groove side, here is the tongue side. So I flip it, so this side, which should have been here, is near the wall. So, and I'm leaving like required gap. And now I will make my marking. I already did. And then I will cut it, so it saves a bit of time. So this wall, for example, like goes inwards, and this wall inwards as well. So there are no 90-degree angles, and I have to measure each board and determine the angle of the wall in relation to the board. So I'm just placing it against the wall, and then I can lock this screw, and the same from the other side. I will determine this angle as well. here I have baseboard going against the outside door, but I left a gap here, so I made certain that it's the same size gap all the way. So I'm going to fill in with some flexible stuff with the same color as this one. The same I did on the bathroom door as well. So I'm again filling this gap with flexible silicone or some other type of adhesive. But here, with this bedroom door, when I renovated the bedroom, I left a gap here, so I could push the floor under the door. And again I will have this oak, basically the same thing as here. I will install it on top, so this gap here will be under the material. I actually thought that all vinyl plank floorings are quite thin and you can cut them with a Stanley knife, but this one actually is quite the opposite. It is quite thick, I don't know if you can see it, and it has a thin layer of cork underneath it, so you could probably install it without underlayment. But in this case, like, it's on the first floor or on the ground floor, so I needed to add this underlayment. So what I like about this particular vinyl plank flooring is that they are quite wide. So it's like 235 millimeters wide and 2.2 meters long. It's a bit more difficult to install them, but I like the look. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you got some information from this video. Take care.